$20 million sponsorship shocker. Alexandra Eala's surprising beverage deal. Revealed. When the news first broke, the tennis world was convinced it had to be a rumor. Another wild social media frenzy that would burn out within hours. But by midday, every major sports outlet, from Manila to Madrid, was pushing the same headline. Alexandra Eala signs $20 million deal with mystery beverage giant. A $20 million sponsorship was unheard of for a player her age, her ranking, and her understated media presence. Even more shocking than the number, however, was the name of the company behind the deal. Not a sports drink brand, not an energy drink giant, not even a bottled water empire. It was a company no one could have predicted. A small but rapidly growing Filipino-made, functional beverage brand founded by a wellness-obsessed chef in Quezon City, known until yesterday only to niche health circles. The brand Solara, a bright orange bottle packed with electrolytes, passion fruit puree, spirulina, and a secret botanical blend of founders called the Island Booze. Before today, it was mostly found in boutique gyms in Metro Manila and a few trendy cafes in Makati. Now overnight, it was a global name thanks Alexandra Eala, and thanks to the most surprising sponsorship announcement of the year, the leak that shook Manila. Reporters say the news was never meant to leak. In fact, the deal was supposed to stay under wraps until the Australian Open pre-season, but someone, a former employee of Sarah, allegedly had sent in encrypted PDF to 3 journalists and an anonymous sports blogger. Within hours, the file spread across Telegram channels, Twitter Spaces, and Reddit threads. At first, people thought it was fake. The document listed White Heavy. Checkmark $20 million. 5-year contract. White Heavy checkmark creative freedom. For Eala White Heavy checkmark. A signature drink named Alexa Fuel. White Heavy checkmark, a global rollout across Asia Pacific, Europe, and the Middle East. White Heavy checkmark. Cross-promotion rights with the WDA. So, Lara's annual revenue the previous year was only $5.4 million. How could a company that size even dream of paying $20 million to a teenage tennis star? But then so Laura posted cryptic orange and violet teaser on Instagram. The future of Filipino power is coming. And below it, a silhouette unmistakably shaped like Alexandra Eala finishing her iconic cross-court backhand. The social media eruption. By dawn the next day, hashtag Ilasalara and number 20 million deal were trending in the Philippines, Singapore, and Spain. Filipino fans were ecstatic. A Filipino brand investing in a Filipino star. This is history. Twitter user at Pinoy Pride 247. Sport analysts were stunned. This isn't just a sponsorship. It's a statement. A smaller brand betting big on a global athlete, genius, or reckless ESPN Asia columnist. But the real shock came when global beverage giants took notice. Coca-Cola, Gatorade, Red Bull, and Monster, all of whom had previously shown interest in Eala, saw their marketing team scrambling. How did a local brand outbid the giants? Asked one marketing executive in a leaked Slack message circulating online. The answer came later, and it was more dramatic than anyone expected. The backstory. Why Eala said no to the giants. Behind the scenes, Alexandra Eala had been fielding endorsement offers for years. Energy drink brands wanted her. Hydration giants wanted her. Several had approached her management after her breakthrough season, but Eala had quietly rejected them. When asked why in a later interview, she gave a candid, unexpected answer. I didn't want to promote something I don't believe in. So Laura felt like home. It felt real. The story went deeper. 2 years ago, after a Brutal loss during her European swing. Ella had been dealing with nutrition issues and energy crashes mid-match. She tried several drinks, some the big names, but felt they weren't helping. During a trip to Manila, a childhood friend suggested she try Sarah, this crazy passion fruit spirulina thing. She'd been drinking at her gym. Eala tried it, and according to her coach, that single bottle changed everything. She felt lighter, more stable, more focused. She said it was the first time in months. Her body fell line during practice. Coach Rodriguez Ellis started ordering Solara by the crate. Soon she was drinking it during her training blocks. And by the next season, silently, she was using it during tournaments. When Solara found out through Instagram stories, not through her management, they were stunned. It was the athlete using the product first, not the brand chasing the athlete. That authenticity began the partnership long before the contract ever existed. The surprise meeting. Fast forward to early 2025. So Laura's founder, Chef Laura Santiago, requested a meeting with Ella, not to pitch a sponsorship, but to create a limited edition drink inspired by Philippine fruits. The meeting lasted 8 hours. They discussed wellness, athletic longevity, Filipino identity, the global sports industry, and unexpectedly pressure. Chef Luro later recounted, "She told me, when I win, people say it's luck. When I lose, people say it's my fault. I wanted to build something that lifted her up, not just use her name." Something clicked that day, and so came the largest sponsorship package ever given by a Filipino startup to any athlete in history. The official announcement. When Solara finally scheduled the official press conference, fans lined up outside the Makati Diamond Hotel from dawn to noon. Some wore orange shirts. Others held signs like "Ella is our son." Solara equals Filipino pride. 20 million moment. Inside, the ballroom glowed in radiant orange and gold. Ella stepped onto the stage wearing a minimalist white blazer over a solar-branded sports top. She looked equal parts athlete, model, and national icon. The crowd roared. Camera flashes lit up the room like thunder. Then, in front of hundreds of journalists and streaming cameras, she said, "This is more than a sponsorship. This is a partnership of dreams, roots, and Filipino power." So, Laura unveiled the first campaign video. Immediately after the campaign video, that went viral, the screen faded to black. A single line appeared, "Fuel from the islands." Music swelled, drums, waves, a heartbeat. Then scenes flashed. Alexandra Eala's reaction, humble, fiery, and iconic. After the press conference, when asked how she felt about the staggering $20 million figure, Eala laughed shyly. "It's surreal. I just wanted a drink to help me survive. 3-hour matches. Now we're here." Asked whether she feared criticism, she answered, "People will always talk, but I'd rather they talk while I'm doing something meaningful." Then when asked what her goals were now, she delivered a line that became the quote of the year. "My goal to win Grand Slams while drinking a Filipino beverage." Crowd erupts. Internet explodes. So Laura, stock figuratively and literally, soars. The legacy begins. In the days following the announcement, one thing became clear. This deal wasn't just a sponsorship. It wasn't just a business move. It wasn't just a viral story. It was a declaration that Filipino town belongs on the world stage, that Filipino brands can dream beyond borders, and that Alexandra Eala, quiet, disciplined, determined, is no longer just a rising tennis star. She is a global force, a symbol of modern Filipino excellence. and now the face of a beverage movement that began with a single bottle in a Quezon City kitchen. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.